What's up, everybody? So as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I believe I found some of the best wedges you can get and you've never heard of them before. In this video, I want to talk about my ordering experience and the options they have for these wedges. I want to talk about my initial thoughts just by visuals really and just picking it up, feeling it. And then I want to hit some shots using a launch monitor to get some data and give you my overall thoughts on these wedges. I feel like I've delayed you enough, so to tell you what they are the sub 70 wedges. Full disclaimer with these wedges, they sent them to me. I didn't buy them, but there was nothing in a contract or anything, didn't sign a contract saying I can't say anything bad. So if there's something in this video that I don't like about these wedges, I'm gonna tell you 100%. There is literally no reason for me not to. I'm not gonna lie to any of y'all. If I don't like them, I'm gonna tell you. So let's see what I think. I got the TAIII model in all black because I think it just looks crispier. I think the all black just always looks great. Yes, when you hit like 10 shots with them, you get some wear marks very quickly, but I think it looks good looking down on it. Totally worth it for me, but they do have other color options if you're not in the same boat and like the all black. I got these with the Dynamic Gold X100s and the Golf Pride multi-compound in the mid-size because I like them thick. Now, first thing, let's talk about the ordering experience and all the options they had with these wedges. Something I think that a lot of direct-to-consumer companies struggle with when they make wedges is they don't give you enough options. There's plenty of companies that make a wedge, but they only make one bounce and one loft. There's not different options. And I think that's tough because you're competing against these big name brands where they have every loft and every lie you can imagine and every bounce. So that is something I think these guys did well. There was only one bounce option for the 52, but personally, I think you don't need a whole lot of options when it comes to your gap wedge. When it comes to my lob wedge, my 58 degree, there was two different options, which I love. They had a high bounce option, which is great for someone who's in Florida. If it's a lot softer, you want high bounce. And they also make a low bounce option, which is what I got. Because I'm in Arizona, it's a little firmer, can be a little tighter. So that's why I got the low bounce option. So that's something I think they did really well, is there is options. And it's everything you need. Sometimes you get, like you go to Cheesecake Factory, you look at a menu, it's too big, it's overwhelming. They've got exactly what you need, but not too many. So that's one thing I think they did great. Another thing that's great, there was a lot of shaft options. This just happens to be one that's generally easy to get, but also one that fits me. So that's why I got the X100. And they also had a lot of grip options. Awesome that you can customize these and have so many different options to really make it your own, make these things fit your game the best. Now let's talk about just overall appearance, my first thoughts on them. I think these are gonna be great for a couple reasons. One, I just think they did really well with the weighting. I've gotten a lot of wedges from other companies and they just come out super light. I'm not sure why they all do this, but the swing weight comes out to something in the C's, which isn't great. I play my irons at D3. Most companies make clubs at D2. I like my wedges between D2 for the gap wedge and then D7 for the lob wedge. So I like that these are heavier just so I don't have to put 9 pounds of lead tape on them. I haven't checked the swing weights yet, but I'm gonna do it in a little bit, so we're gonna add the clip now. So that's the weighting. Another thing that I think is gonna be great with these wedges is there is extra weight towards the back and top side of this wedge. And why I think that's important is because when you're chipping out of the rough and the ball is sitting up, it's easy to hit it up here at the top of the wedge. when there's not any weight back here, it comes off super, super dead. And it makes it really difficult to judge the distance. When you put extra weight up here, effectively, it makes the sweet spot bigger, which means you can mishit a little bit and still get pretty similar results if you did square it up like completely middle. So that is one thing I think they did great here. Just really well dispersing the weight across the head to make the sweet spot bigger. Again, haven't hit them, so this is all what I think is gonna happen based on the design, but I've hit a bunch of different wedges with a bunch of different designs. This is something that I always look for because some of my favorite wedges had exactly that. Now looking down at these wedges, I think they look great. They don't look anything crazy. I've seen some companies where they decided to make the shape of the top of the wedge a little bit different, and I don't think that looks great. They didn't do anything unorthodox with the blade shape, anything like that. It looks great, it looks clean. Obviously it's brand new and it's perfectly black, perfectly not dented. Haven't hit a rock with these things. Sadly, I hit mine out of the desert if I hit it in the desert, so they will get beat up when I do play with these things, but right now they look great, and I think they're gonna look great the entire time I use them. So now, let's get to the range and then the golf course, hit some balls, get my thoughts about the feel, and then look at some launch monitor data to see kind of the difference between my current wedges that are a little beat up and these right here. So let's get over that. So as you can see, I wasn't able to talk while I was on the range because they were playing music, copyright issues, the whole YouTube thing. But what I will say about the wedges after hitting them is they feel great. It's exactly what I expected. The weighting felt great. There was plenty of head weight. I personally will be adding weight to that lob wedge because I just like swinging the sledgehammer as a lob wedge. It's more of a personal preference. It helps me with chipping, honestly. That's why I do it. And it's something I'm gonna focus on when I'm out here on the course, really try out those chip shots, feel the difference, see how it kind of interacts to the turf a little bit. But with the gap wedge, it's gonna be exactly how I leave it. I might make the grip a little bit thicker just because that's something I like as well, another personal preference, but feel-wise, look-wise, all of that feels great. Now let's get on the golf course. I'm gonna play some holes. I'm gonna get the launch monitor out, get some numbers. I'm gonna show you the difference in spin too, which should be cool. The difference in spin from my wedges I have now that I've used for 8 months and the wedges that we just got. So let's get out there and just keep on trying them. I'm liking them so far. Hopefully it continues like that with kind of the shorter shots and around the green. Well, as you saw in the last clip, I hit 2 shots from the last spot because I about shanked the first one, so this would be a good opportunity to test out the 58 and 52 from a couple different spots. It's in the rough. This is gonna kind of test hitting the top of the face because it is sitting up a little bit. Wasn't terrible. Did feel great. Result could have been better. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I ditched actually playing regular golf because I'm just too excited to try all these wedges out. And I just didn't really hit it to a wedge distance on the last one. So I put up 2 places to chip to, just because I don't have a chipping green right now. So I'm gonna hit a multitude of shots to all these just to really feel out the wedges. We'll hit some basic ones, some flop shots, because I was talking about how I was worried about the flop shot. The biggest thing is I just want to really feel how it interacts through the turf, which the standard one felt pretty good. That was nice. Try a little higher, a little farther. That is quick down that hill. Goes through the grass nicely though. And I would, like, the biggest thing is, so I made it sit down a little bit in that old divot I just hit. I just really want to know if I can hit kind of this shot. Like, really use the bounce. I need enough relief to hit that shot. So I am getting what I hoped for, where obviously, like I said, not as much heel and toe relief as I would expect with a lob wedge, but I'm able to hit those shots out of bad lies, still open the club face, and use the bounce. Let's try a more like standard leading edge shot. Go right. Yeah. Now, to the 52, we're gonna use the bounce so I get it a little higher, a little shorter. I can see the spin too, especially when I hit this shot. My other wedge is so worn down that it just doesn't really grab on that first bounce. But this one's doing a little bit. Oh, tumble. Do it. Oh. All right, pretty good. So what I can say with these two wedges, I do like how they get through the grass. I do like the turf interaction. Not worried about the bounce, not worried about the grind, because it's reacting better than I expected, to be honest. Feel-wise, feels good. The grooves are new, so obviously it's gonna spin. I would like to try it full swings or 90% swings just to see how the spin rates do. I wanna show you the difference between an old wedge and a new wedge. So let's go do that. So now what I wanna do is test out how much spin I can get compared to my old wedge to the new wedge. So I've got the launch monitor set up, got it recording on my phone so you can get all the spin rates and everything. I got 102 yards of this pin. We're gonna hit 5 balls with each, and then I'll get you the averages, and we'll see. That one's probably gonna spin a lot more. I tried to get the spin rates using a launch monitor, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. I'm not gonna name them because it just didn't work. They give you golf balls with a bunch of dots on it so they can figure out the spin rates. And it was giving me spin rates that would resemble basically a 3-wood. They were in the 3,000s. And I know I didn't catch all of these perfect, but there's no way that the wedges were spinning that little. Even my old wedges that don't really have that many grooves, there's just no way they were spinning that low. So I tried it on grass. We have a simulator downstairs. I tried it there. Still got no good results. I think it read one of these correctly, and it read about 8,000 RPMs for the old wedge. So that's why I don't have any numbers in here. Based on what I saw from playing the last month with these wedges, they definitely grab a lot more. A lot of shots that I was used to kind of two-hopping and stopping are now one hop, ripping back just a little bit. It's not like I'm spinning it back 30 feet and I wasn't spinning it back before, but there's definitely a little more spin around the greens and with the full wedges, which is expected. To have sharper grooves, you're going to spin it more. When they're worn out and rounded out, they're not going to spin as much. So one place I definitely haven't tried them out yet is the bunker. I will say hitting these bunker shots is going to take off some of the stain on these wedges, but feels the most important part. So let's hit some. I don't expect this to be any different really than hitting flop shots. Biggest thing for me with bunker shots is just having enough weight in the head. Yeah, that felt nice. The reason I like to have a bunch of weight in the head is because I want the club head to kind of swing on its own. I don't want to feel like I have to force it. I want it to just do it by itself. And when the weight's there, it's easier to not have to make a big swing and then try to accelerate, because the way the club will just do it. Oh, that was real nice. Yeah, these bunkers at Dobson are nice. I should actually, I don't hit them very much, but I probably should. Ooh, that one was clippy. It was a little long, but wedge, reacting great. Out of the bunker, feels awesome. I have no complaints so far. Absolutely none. Just got to figure out the spin rates. So it's time. Let me talk about my thoughts about these sub 70 wedges. Now, obviously, I like the look of them. I got the all black because I think they look slick. And I can agree. They look slick. Looking down at them, they look awesome. I like the design. There's weight more at the top, so I can hit the top of the face. Big fan of that. Feel-wise, weighting feels good. I will be adding weight to this 58 degree. I like to swing a sledgehammer for 58. It just means I like a lot of head weight so I can swing the club better. That's just more of a personal preference. So I will be adjusting this. But overall, I think these are a great option if you are looking to get some wedges. Obviously, yes, there's less options for loft and bounce compared to some of the major brands, but I do think this is a great option. It gives you everything you need, but not too much. It's like going to a restaurant. If you go to Cheesecake Factory, it's almost overwhelming how many things are on that freaking menu. But if you go to, I don't know, mom and pop shop, say you go to Chipotle, it is just everything you need, nothing more. So that's what I think these wedges are. It's everything you need, nothing more. You can pick the grip, you can pick the shaft, you can pick the loft and bounce. Everything you need. So I highly recommend these wedges. So yes, if you want to get some new wedges, get some sub 70. Highly recommend. If you don't like the look of them, then you don't like the look of them. But from a guy who's played a lot of golf, used a lot of different wedges, has a lot of experience, I think these are a great option. And you should definitely check them out. They're linked down below. I have no affiliation with them. It is just the standard length you can get online. So no affiliation. I'm not getting anything out of this. This is just simply a review. So yes, recommend them. Click the link down below if you want to check them out. If not, it just doesn't bother me because I don't get anything out of it. So check them out though. Yes, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate all y'all for all the support. It really helps when you watch all of it. When you watch a lot of the video, I need to get. Thank you to everyone for watching this video. I appreciate all y'all. I get to do something I love, make these videos for you. Just because you watch these helps me do that. So I appreciate all you. Appreciate Dobson for letting me out here. I filmed this whole video out here. Thank you to Sub 70 for sending me some wedges. I didn't pay for them, but I could have told you they were bad, which is the nice thing. So check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.